and I'm late as always. I'd like to say I'm fashionably late, but I'm not sure that'll wash. My rock, my love, my life. That's this evening. And hopefully there's a few of you around to say hello. So I've started putting the border on this, but I don't think I'm going to carry on just yet. I think I'm going to get a bit of the lettering done, because I think it'll be nice for you guys to see me carving the letters rather than the border for now. But if we get done in good time, we'll move back onto the border. I hope everyone's having a good Wednesday. Yeah, I'm slightly later than I'm supposed to be. It's Hey Black Lion, how you going? Using new chisels. Yeah, nice, lovely, sharp new chisels. So I ordered just the one. The one I was complaining that I'd misplaced. And I had to borrow one, which is here. And I got a couple while I was at it. Courtesy of Southern Stone. The amazing guys at Southern Stone. Guys and girls, actually. Tim and Debbie. So this project I'm working on tonight is a commission for a fella who wants to buy something for his wife. Wanted something. He says she's my absolute rock and I love her to bits. So we opted for, there was some word in what we spoke about, a lot more to it than this, but we went simple. My rock, my love, my life. You don't really need any more. I'm carving a simple border in here, then it's going to have an oak frame. And then we're going to paint the letters and paint the border in, and then it should be good. It should look lovely. We haven't decided on a colour yet. That's if it needs painting. You never know, it might not. Black Lion's on the like button already, trying to get everybody on there. So what's everyone been up to? Everyone having a good old day. I've been out in Macclesfield. Might mean something to you, might not, especially Black Lion, who's all the way across the pond. Can I carve your name on stone? Yeah, I can carve anything on stone. I can carve anything. So what is it, Ellie? I've actually carved Ellie on a piece of stone before. But yeah, I can carve your name on a piece of stone. So I really shouldn't be using that hammer for this. I should definitely be on this. That's a bit better. We'll best work through our chisels as well tonight. We've got some, it's not too small, the lettering, but it's small enough that we best take care of it. So I did a radio interview yesterday for local Derbyshire radio, BBC Radio Derby, was actually quite good. I quite enjoyed it actually. It was nerve-wracking at first. So I had to go to the studio, so I went in and hang around for a little bit. And then when I went into the studio, I had a little chat with the lady who was presenting it. And then she just went, right, we'll be live with you in 30 seconds. And I think, oh wow, let's get going. And you just get to a point where you just think, well, I'm here now. Might as well just do it. See what happens. And I think I've had some good feedback from it. It seemed to go, well, I've not actually listened to it myself. But no, I've had some good feedback from it. If any of you who do watch the channel want to listen to it, just to know a little bit more about me, because it's not just about YouTube, it's about dyslexia, my life, my children, just for like 40 minutes, the songs in between. I'm more than happy to post a link. Cheering for you from Korea. Nice. We don't get many people from Korea. Welcome aboard. We do get a lot of people from all over the world, but not many people from Korea. So, thank you. So this is a bit of a steady one, isn't it, to start with now? So all the people just tuning in, you're not seeing loads going on. But we're getting going. We're just warming up. Just before I went live, I was checking on the news. That storm in Florida looks horrendous. It looks quite scary. And that's the second one in 2 weeks. It's unbelievable. No, I think everyone's going to be okay there. So if any of you guys who are just tuning in fancy having a go at stone carving, this is a bit more of a delicate one tonight. We do all sorts of projects, like for example, I've got the pumpkin behind me. This is one we carved last week. There's all sorts going on behind me, all sorts of different carvings. This one's a little bit more delicate tonight, but if you fancy having a go at carving, you're in the right place, because there's tuition videos on the channel, there's discount codes on the channel, there's 260 videos on the channel. So there's some of me carving live with people asking questions like this, there's some of me doing projects for people, there's some of me doing tutorials, there's some of me dry stone wall and teaching you guys how to dry stone wall. There's lots of all sorts on the channel, and commissions, some which, like this for example, I don't have much control. I said I'd do it, and this is what the guy wanted. We do a lot of charity work on the channel, and we have a few channel members, so the names normally pop up in the chat in green when people are around. There's not always people around. It's but yeah, and they get early access to discount codes. Yeah, the channel is growing nicely. We're aiming to get to 10,000 subscribers by New Year, Christmas, New Year, around that time. If we could do it for Christmas, amazing. If we have to stretch it for New Year, so be it. So yeah, you're in a good place if you're wanting to learn how to carve stone. Lots going on, and you're always welcome to ask me questions. I know there's other YouTubers out there who charge for advice on stuff. we're not about that here at the Stone Ranger. You just ask away. You can either ask in the live comments and I'll do my best to answer it, or you can send me an email. So I normally have a like a moderator who will drop my email address in the chat, but actually tonight everybody's busy, so it's just me. So I can tell you my email address if any of you are interested, or you can follow the link in the bio to my Instagram. Send me a message on there. So this is not the best carving for you all to see, really, is it, on the screen? Make cutlery great again. I said country then. Make cutlery great again. It's how are we doing this evening? Tennessee. Do you know, I was just listening to we spoke about this last time, but it just came on actually. My Tennessee whiskey back, but by T-Pain rather than Chris Stapleton. Weirdly, that came on because we did speak about that last time. It's how's life in Tennessee today? Five thumbs up. 5 thumbs up already. I don't think that's bad. We're not breaking any records. It's we always try to get to 20. So if any of you haven't dropped a thumbs up, if you could do that, that'd be amazing. Just double tap the screen. That'd be it really does help out, and it's completely free. So it just helps me with YouTube. Helps me to grow the channel. 6 thumbs up. Somebody was paying attention. Thank you. Is that 8? I just looked down. We've gone from 6 to 8. Definitely a few people were paying attention. That's nice of you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to set the target of 20. It's always nice to have a target. Evening, Ryan. Double tap the screen. Thank you. Double tap the screen. Do I'd like one of them counters, you know what, went like somewhere in my new workshop. I'd like one of them counters, so every time someone subscribed to the channel, you could see it turn live. That'd be cool. So when we're closing in on that 10,000, it's that'd be pretty cool. Last time I looked at them, they were expensive, like £400 or £500. I don't know if they're cheaper now, or if there's a cheaper way to do it. I was saying a minute ago at the beginning of the live, I did a bit of a TV, not definitely not brave enough. I have done TV before, but it's been a while. So I did a bit of a radio thing yesterday for the BBC radio, and it wasn't just talking about YouTube, it was talking about dyslexia and some of the bits we've got coming up on the channel, helping out with some mental health charities. About my life, school, my family. So it's just It was called the Lunch With. So if anyone wants to know a little bit more about me, you watch the channel, you want to know more, I can post a link. I might have already posted a link on the community tab, I can't remember. I know it's bad because it was only yesterday, but I had to send it to quite a few people yesterday. But if you want to listen in and hear more about it, then yeah, just shout up and I'll put it on the community tab later on. So this carving this evening is for a gentleman who wants something to mark something in stone for his partner. So the plan is, you can see I've started the border, but I've stopped. I just roughed it out quickly because I needed to get this side of it done in case I carry on with it. Then I'm not hitting the camera. That was, give you a little example there. So I got this side done so I can carve around. So that'll be the frame. It'll be a lot neater. This is a little bit wobbly at the minute. And then we'll carve the lettering out. We'll paint this, possibly black, possibly white. We haven't fully decided yet. Then this is going to get sat in a nice oak frame, and it'll all get sealed so it's got a slight shine to the stone and bring out all these bits of galena. And it should be good. It should make a nice little present for his partner. Don't forget, if you've got any questions, or if you want to talk about commission, you can have a look back through the channel. Have a look at some of the shorts, see some of the stuff we've been up to recently. Or if you've got time, hit the subscribe button and go back and check some of the other videos. If you want to talk about something you want carving, you can drop me an email. So the email is TheStoneRanger08@gmail.com. So that's TheStoneRanger08@gmail.com. Or you can follow the link in the bio to the Instagram page. And if you're feeling really generous and you want to hit the double tap the screen and hit the like button, trying to get to 20 likes this evening. I know this is not the most riveting of carvings for you all to get involved in, but if you could do me a little favour and hit that, it makes YouTube thinking I'm doing a good job. It helps promote the channel. So each week, all the carvings are different. So if you want to have a look around at some of the carvings I've got going on, I'm more than happy to put some on display on the screen, let you see a couple. Just let me know, just stick a comment in below and I'll show you a couple of the carvings we've got going on. Or even if you don't have a commission you want to talk about, you want something, you want to say, please, I really want to see the Barcelona logo carved in stone. I really want to see the Mighty Ducks logo in stone. I want to see the Kit Kat sign in stone. You drop something in. So I'm a letterist mainly by trade and I love logos. So if there's a certain one out there you really fancy, drop it in the comments. We do have a logo board behind us, what we've been working on. And in between a few commissions, I get the logo board out and we carve a few. So it's got like Monster and all sorts on there. And I do plan on doing a couple more on there soon. Should have done it this week actually. Just didn't get round to it. Made it up to 9 thumbs up. Thank you. Number 9. I've been building a bridge today in a forest where there's for the kids for work, so the kids school groups can get out there where it's been so muddy. I've been building this like a boardwalk style bridge because I've been moving so much timber. I feel my shoulder hurting while I'm carving. Slightly stretching. Let's have a swig of the coffee. Tornado Chaser's taking his message away. He didn't want to say hello. Oh, okay. How are you, Tornado Chaser? I've not seen you for a little bit. Have you been busy? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I was just telling these guys I was on the radio yesterday talking about YouTube and my family and all different bits. And I'm saying I'm going to post a link in the community tab if anybody wants to listen to it to know a little bit more about me. It's called a lunch with. Really busy with school. Yeah, it's that time of year. School is it's surprising how much time it takes. Actually, you get to a certain age, you've got to put a lot into school. 2 of my children are at college and they put a lot of work in, especially my daughter. They're not the smallest letters in the world, but they're also taking a little bit of concentrating. So if people want to be super amazing and press the thumbs up button, that'd be great. Really appreciate that. Just helps me out, makes YouTube think I'm doing a good job. But if you'd be an absolute superstar and subscribe to the channel, that'd be incredible. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers before the new year, before Christmas. It's well, Christmas is the ideal, but we'll push it to the new year. That's the challenge. if you want to get involved in that, that'd be superb. A couple of things we've got coming up on the channel recently. I'm doing a couple of charity events. I do a lot of charity carving, so I've just done the Nottingham Forest sign, the football crest, which is behind me still, waiting for me to tell me who the winner is to send it to. If anyone wants to have a look at that, just let me know. I'm going to go around it one more time actually, just make it just pop that little bit more. Right on, that's two channel members we've had in the chat tonight. Evening, Brian. So what I was saying is we've got a bit of a charity piece coming up this year. We're doing a free of charge carving over 2 days for 20 people, and it's going to be for people suffering with their mental health. And what we found is that people who are suffering with their mental health, and some people can get, it doesn't work for everybody. We all know that it's really good to get a hobby, just connect with one, but we found some people who have a go at stone carving, enjoy it, and they like it. They're finding some relaxation in it and some comfort from learning to stone carve. So I've had some lovely messages, some that, I mean, they bring a tear to your eye, some of the messages I get. They're unbelievable. There's no better way to start the day than people sending you a message in saying how much they enjoy the channel or they found some comfort from it. It's incredible. But what we're gonna put these 2 carving days on. We're gonna give away free carving chisels. We're gonna all carve together. In the morning we'll all have a chat in the classroom, so 10 participants at a time. I'm going to do it twice. We'll have a chat in the classroom together, talk about life together for an hour. We'll have a cup of coffee together. Then I'll teach you how to stone carve, and then I've invited a guest to come in the afternoon. And we're going to talk all things about having a positive outlook on life. And then you get to take away your carving you've done that day, piece of stone, and your own carving kit to keep. So you take that carving kit away with you, and then you can carve at your leisure. Only one condition: you have to send the pictures in of anything you've carved in the future to the channel, to the TheStoneRanger, so we can all see them and see what you've got up to. We all want to be part of the journey of your carving journey together. And that's going to happen twice this winter. We all know that when the nights start drawing in now. I mean, tonight it was dark. I came down here at 7:15 and it was dark. Change the clocks at the end of the month. It can be a lonely time of year. So we can all do a little bit of carving, take our minds off things. That'll be great. So that's one of the that's 2 of the projects really coming up this year. So if you know anybody who wants to get involved in that, any charities, whether that's a charity people who you know are struggling with their mental health, or a charity that you think might benefit from that, you're more than welcome to reach out to me. You will find you can send me a message on Instagram, or you can send me a message on here. Or if you own a company, so I'm trying to raise the money for this. I've got some of it, and I've got the location. I've even been given some free accommodation for people to stay at if they come and do a little bit on the event. The radio I wanted to come and do a follow-up on it. There's a local hotel. I've offered some free accommodation for people. It's I've got a location has been gifted to me by the National Park to use for the carving day. I've got a good price on the carving kits and the chisels. And I've got some of the funding sorted. Just putting the last bits together really. So if you know a company what wants to get involved in that to help raise some money with me, it'd be amazing. And if I can't raise it by getting businesses to get involved, I'm just going to have to do some carvings and sell them and raise the money that way. So I think I need to raise £1,000 in total. I'm hoping there's some businesses out there what want to chip in that. They'll get full recognition. It'll be on the channel. It'll be on the radio. Yeah, I think it'll be good. So if you want to get involved, please reach out. Be amazing. So we're moving on with this slowly. You can see where I've done the border just this side. The reason I've done that, if you're wondering, is because I'll hit the camera with the hammer when I'm carving this. So I've left this side done. I did this before I went live. That makes sense. So we're up to 16 thumbs up. That's amazing. It's we might get to our 20 target this evening. That would be, oh no, 17, sorry. 17 thumbs up. I think, I've got a feeling we're going to make it. Whoever the 20th one is, make sure you put your name in the chat. Or from now on, whoever's sticking a thumbs up on, stick your name in the chat. Make yourself known. I'm sure Brian will give you a big thank you in the chat. So Brian's in the chat as a channel member. Is that 18? Make sure get yourself known. Brian will give you a big thank you in the chat there. I was telling them earlier, Brian, about the radio interview yesterday. How we've had some good feedback from it. I've not actually listened to it myself. So I didn't want greetings from Poland. Hello. So how is life in Poland? So while I was when I was doing the radio thing yesterday, I didn't want people to know I was on the radio, so I didn't tell many people actually about it. And the people that did know, I didn't tell them what time it was on. I actually told my wife it was on at 2 o'clock. And I told one of the kids it was on at 4 o'clock because he was going to listen while he was doing PT, and then my wife had it on in the background. But actually, it was starting at 12:15, so I kept it quiet. Didn't want everybody listening. It's so my wife, fortunately, put the radio on early so she could. So it was just done, ready for 2 o'clock in the background, and she was doing some bits around the house, and she said, "Well, that's strange. I'm sure I could hear my husband on the radio." So then, she could hear me in the background talking, so she got to listen to it all live. And then I rang her up after I'd finished. I had to just hang around a little bit afterwards. I'd like to say for something really cool like autographs or something, but it wasn't. It's that because they want to do a follow-up, they want to do part 2. They said to me, we feel like we've only just scratched the surface, so I'm doing a carving with them. I'm doing a BBC Radio Derby carving, and then another charity carving with them. So I rang her up as soon as I came out, and she listened to it, and she really enjoyed it, which is nice. Starting to pick up some pace. So 18 thumbs up. We've got a star. Bry's giving a star out there. I started off with a bigger hammer tonight and realised that actually this is not bigger hammer time. This is it. This is the hammer time. This is a 600 gram dummy. Nice sharp chisel though. It's a 4mm chisel. You can see it. See if it'll focus in on that there. Brand new. Straight out of the packet. The packet is actually still here. Expenses as everything, as expensive as everywhere. Prices up, rent, wages in the same place. How did you learn stone carving? Self-taught. Yeah, I'm self-taught stone carving. So I've told this story a few times on the channel, so I apologise for anyone who's heard it before. So as a dry stone waller, if that's Jamie, isn't it? Yeah. So as a dry stone waller, Jamie, and I was. So I've been working with stone a while, and I was doing a wall for a customer at the front of the house, and they wanted me to just put it on hold. I was half up because they wanted to put a new house sign in the wall. Well, you all know if you've ever got a dry stone wall, you don't get paid until the coping stones are on and it's finished at the top. And I could have asked for a part payment, but I wasn't brave enough. I was only young, and I also needed to get paid because young family, needed the money in the bank to pay bills, etc. So I said to them, "I'll carve the house sign. No worries." I felt fairly confident I could do a half decent job, so I got some measurements. I got some measurements and I went onto Word, and I got a piece of stone, went onto Word, printed some lettering off. I stenciled it on the best I could. I stuck it to that. It was either the cardboard of a pizza box or an empty pot box or cereal box, some really thin cardboard. I got some glue and I stuck it on. I cut it out with a Stanley knife and I drew it onto this piece of stone. Got the piece of stone as an offcut from the local quarry. I used some sandpaper to try and clean it up, and I got the wood chisels, Draper wood chisels, in a nice wooden box, and I went at it, started carving, and it turned out all right. I've actually seen it recently, and it was all right. It's for the first time I'd ever done it. Yeah, it could have been worse. It wasn't brilliant, but it wasn't terrible. So carried on, did the job, all finished, got paid, moved on, and then quite enjoyed it. And then the next door neighbour asked for one, so I thought, oh, well, I'm enjoying this. I've had a little practice since. Absolutely ruined the chisels, so got some different chisels. Did next door neighbours. Then a local driving instructor passed away. I ended up doing his memorial stone they asked me to do. And by this point, I'd been practicing a bit more, and I got more chisels, and I was really enjoying it. I was jumping down to the shed at night to have a go. And been dry stone walling, it was tough. It was a winter, and I was just coming to the end of a job that was a mile long, and a mile of dry stone wall. It tested everything I had. It tested every part of me, really. And by the end of that mile, I was ready for a change. And I thought, you know, there's something in this carving. Why not see if I can get a bit more work doing it? So I rented a small unit, not really know what I was doing, upgraded some chisels, and just kind of went for it, just taking on a few little commissions. Taking on a few little commissions, and I really enjoyed it, and they started growing and growing and growing it. And from that tiny little building where we started doing a few little carvings, and I literally had one hammer, 5 or 6 chisels. It grew and grew and grew until we had, let me count them, so 1, 2, 3, 4 main buildings, a yard, forklifts. We had to put an extension on the building. We were shipping stuff to Texas, California, Australia, Greece, all over the UK, Ireland. It was crazy. So much went to the States. We had 44 products, which were our best sellers. 10 of them sold. We sold at least one of each one every day. And then we had a few more specialist ones. And then we had the commission stuff. and there was a 2-year waiting list on commissions, and it was all just self-taught. There was me, my wife, my dad, there was a couple of others all involved, and it was yeah, we actually created a monster. It became too busy, but it was all just self-taught and just had a go. I didn't really watch videos online, which I shouldn't say because I do videos online, so I want you to watch videos online. I just kind of had a go for it. But the biggest ability I had, what it was is, and I was talking about this yesterday on the radio, I'm dyslexic, so I've always had that ability to do stuff with my hands, and I wanted to carve really, really neatly. I remember saying to myself, I want to be able to carve V-shaped carving good enough as if you were carving it with a machine. I wanted it to be as good as if a machine was carving it, which was never going to happen. I can't compete with a machine. But what I actually ended up doing by wanting to do it so crisp and smooth, and go back and look at some of the videos, not the lives, because some of them I get really close up and show you really close to me carving. You can see every single little puff of dust as I'm hitting it with the hammer, how close I am to it. That what I ended up doing, I ended up creating a V-shaped carving, what was not as good as a machine, so it was never going to happen, but it became my style, and it became very neat and very crisp and very precise, and I really enjoyed it. And it was just practice and just going for it, really. And if I felt the job I could do, I would go for it. If I felt it was too much, I would stop and think about it and probably still go for it. It's we've done some amazing stuff, thousands of projects and commissions and orders all over. We've left a stamp all over the world from the business, and then it became all very, very stressful, and there was a lot going on. I decided, actually, this is run its course, and this is not good for you being this stressed. And my wife got a really good picture of me asleep with a slice of pizza hanging out of my mouth, where I've been working like 6.5 days a week. Even when you're at home, you're working, you're thinking, oh, I've got to do that, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. Like, you say, I'm off Saturday, and you didn't really want to be off Saturday because it was a busy time, but you were busy anyway, and you needed family time. But they say, oh, could you open up on Saturday? Could you do this? So you never really rested. And I decided I've had enough, really, and I didn't want to fall out with the love for carving stone. So I sold up and I became a Peak Park Ranger, which I absolutely love. I get to work with some amazing people, helping people, and now I do this as a hobby with the odd little commission like this, and it just puts a couple of coppers in the bank so I can keep buying hammers and chisels and camera equipment and investing into the YouTube channel, really. So that's a long-winded answer, but hopefully you stuck around to hear the answer, and hopefully that helps. Can do just about anything with his hands. You can definitely clean a knife up. I've been watching some of the videos. Some of them knives are beautiful. Really beautiful. I really like your logo. I was looking at it the other day thinking, I like the idea of carving that logo. Just the downside to carving your logo would be shipping it to Tennessee. It cost me about £40. I know, but what would I do with the logo after? That's the problem. So if whoever hits the 20th like, get your name in the chat. Let's and then hopefully the people in the chat will give you a thumbs up. So if you're the 20th person to like the stream, whoever that was just then, put your name in the chat now, and then hopefully the people in the stream will give you a thumbs up. I know Bride definitely will. I'm sure Make Cutlery Great Again will as well. Not sure if Jamie's still on. But yeah, you should make yourself known. Carve it and keep it. Yeah, I could keep it. If I'm ever in Tennessee, I could bring it to you. Could make you a trade for a knife. I'll bring it to you. I've got 21 thumbs up now. Good for a trade. I love a trade. I actually traded a carving for a couple of new bracelets, so I'm going to do a little video about a company in Denmark next week. Really nice. And what's great about them is they don't. There's not metal on the bottom, so they don't rub against the stone and damage the stones aren't metal. It's not so bad on this stone. It'll wear your bracelet away before doing any damage to this stone, but when you're working with slate, especially your wedding ring, you can catch that wrong and you can definitely leave some marks. How do you find the leather work? What do they say about trade or exchange? A fair exchange is no robbery. Oh, nice. I did see actually a knife slip when I was watching. I think maybe I was watching a video. I saw a picture on there of one of yours, and it had your initials for your "Make Cutlery Great Again." I do. Yeah, I remember it now. I was saying it at the beginning of the stream again, saying I was watching the news before I came down and did this stream. I was reading the news on my phone. That hurricane looks horrendous. That hurricane in Florida, yeah. There was said that people driving in to chase it, like storm chasing. I mean, they must be crazy. Worse than 100 years. I mean, what time is it due to make landfall? Is it overnight tonight? I suppose we're in the UK, so that's. I hope everyone's going to be all right. Just the eye hasn't hit. Wow. So well. And then I was looking at some pictures. So I've got a friend. I've got a couple of friends from the States. One guy I've been working with today, and he was telling me about it. So I looked. He was saying all the debris from the hurricane a couple of weeks ago is still just on the side. So it's just going to pick it all up and just spread it around and cause no end of damage. "21 thumbs up." Yeah, thank you everyone. Bride's right. Thank you everyone who's hit the thumbs up button. It's very much appreciated. It's something you can do free of charge, and it just really helps me out. It makes YouTube think I'm doing a good job. It makes YouTube just kind of promote the channel a little bit. Some carvings are easier to get thumbs up on the stream than others. So, for example, if I was carving this pumpkin, it'd be easier to get thumbs up because people recognise it as a pumpkin. You can see what it is. And people like something like that. Something like this, more difficult. Because it's a lot more basic, a lot more simple. They can't relate to it really. I suppose some people can, but the pumpkin stands out. This actual carving, for any of you who are just joining in, is for a chap who's reached out to me and says, "My wife has been my absolute rock these last 18 months. She's helped me through a lot. Just want to buy something as a little bit of a token to say thank you." He said she really is the love of my life. So we sent a few different words in backwards and forwards, and he sent me some really long ones, and then I said, well, to carve that many letters, it's going to take a bit of time. So what we settled on was it. So, "My rock, my love, my life." And what's going to happen with this, I'm going to carve it out. I'm going to finish this border, which I only did this side of the board so I don't hit the camera. When I did a demonstration of that earlier, I hit the camera, so it showed it worked. And then I'm going to put an oak frame around it, which will be nice. I'm going to paint the letters. Any suggestions on the colour on the letters? It's black or white are the most common. Someone mentioned gold at one point. Gold might be quite nice. So we're going to paint the letters in the border. Then we'll put a seal wash on there, which will give it a slight shine. I don't know if you can see them on the cameras, but there's bits of galena in here. So every now and again they catch the light. And it'll just bring them out to show a little bit. So it's there's a lot of work to do on this, but I think it'll make a good little token to his wife. Yeah, I think gold would look right. I think gold's a good one. We're on the last line. We're doing well. I think the more I'm thinking about it, I think gold might look really well. I can't work out whether we go gold to the letter and border. Probably will. Oops. So is anybody else working on anything out of stone at the minute? Anyone who's in the chat or on the stream thinking you've watched the channel and you thought, you know, I really enjoy doing a bit of this carving, and you've had a go, you've bought some of the chisels, what we have reviewed on the channel. Anyone got anything they want to share? Stonework. beautiful work. Thank you. Thank you, Carol. I was hoping Connor would be on. So Connor's one of the regulars. He's actually a channel member, and he tipped me. He tipped me last stream we were on to buy. He said, "Buy yourself a beer this weekend," and I wanted to tell him I very much enjoyed my beer. And I actually bought a 4-pack of Tiny Rebel session IPAs. They were extremely nice. It's yeah, I very much enjoyed them. So if Connor drops on, we'll be telling him that. It's always very exciting when you get a new channel member, or you get a tip when you're on or a super thanks is the best way to put it, I think, when you're live on a stream, because it's it comes up all colourful on the screen. I watch some of these some of these channels, and they've got like 1.5 million subscribers, and it's constant, like people sending super thanks and stickers and stuff on the screen. It is incredible. But the gold leaf was, I mean, it depends what you class as successful. I think it worked, and the customer was really happy with it. It was more the fact I didn't enjoy the process. That's why I never really wanted to do too much gold leaf. The painting of gold I really like. The gold leaf is it's just not an enjoyable process. It turned out all right, but I quite like the motion of the painting. The gold leaf is more like you're putting the glue on and you're kind of dabbing it in with a brush. Making it stick, layers and layers. Well, yeah, it's this you might, yeah, if you, I can see why you'd say it's cringy. Everyone has different taste. It's this is what they wanted, so this is what they're getting. They've requested me to carve this, so this is what they want. It's you know, I've been to Walmart a couple of times. Living in the UK, when I went to Walmart, it was mind blowing. It was I loved it. There was so much stuff. It was such a big shop. And then they'd go outside and it'd be like red hot, because where I'm from is not red hot. And it'd be red hot, and there'd be like a sign saying, like I went to like Orlando, and there'd be a sign saying, beware of crocodiles or gators. I forget what it said on it, and it was just a whole different world. First time I'd ever seen Mountain Dew, the drink, obviously. An incredible place. I was there the first year. I was in Orlando the year the first Lord of the Rings film came out, and we queued up at midnight. I'd never heard of Lord of the Rings, just the people I was with. I'd read the books, and I really enjoyed the film. It's really good, and but I didn't have a clue what was going on, and there were people dressed as Gollum and Legolas and wizards and like hobbits and all sorts. It was yeah, no. And I had popcorn literally just covered in melted butter. It was awful. It was absolutely awful. I don't understand how people can eat that. I mean, I like butter, but not melted butter, just poured on my popcorn. Walmart on every corner. I think Walmart own one of our local supermarkets, Asda. I think they own it's part of Walmart. We didn't make it past our 21 thumbs up. We went a bit quiet when we got to 20, 21. It stalled. I was hoping for a little bit of coffee left. Look. I know that person in the chat wasn't happy with this quote. Some of the quotes I really like are like film quotes. I've always liked the idea of carving film quotes onto stone or music lyrics. What part of the UK? I'm in a place called the Peak District, which is in Derbyshire. So it's right between Sheffield and Manchester. Special Forces shushing him up. Let's see the reason. Go to Walmart. Yeah. Distant family in Manchester. I like this comment here from is it Tino? So this is not actually for me, this carving. It's for somebody who's reached out to me who wants to get something for his partner. He's he told me his story. He's struggled with his mental health a little bit over the last 18 months. I think his whole life, but it's really come to a head in the last 18 months. And he says his wife has really been his rock, and she really is the love of his life. And he wanted to just make her something, and he watches a channel, and he said, "Could you make me something?" And he said, "I want this wording on." So I've decided to carve it on. We're going to finish this board around, then it's going to get set in an oak frame, and then we've decided tonight, while we've been on the chat, it's all going to get, all the lettering will get painted gold, so it'll be lovely done, and the border, and then it'll all get a seal, and you can't see it on screen, but there's little bits of galena in here which give it a little shine on this piece of Derbyshire stone, and it'll just pop out. And because this is nice and slim, this is like 25mm stone sat in that frame lovely, it'll hang up really nice. So yeah, probably could go and buy it from Walmart, or if you're in the UK, Home Bargains. But it wouldn't be the same, would it? Feel like a little team of people then Well, looking at fighting my corner and getting straight on that. That's nice. It's a nice feeling when stuff like that happens, especially when you get some people online who go a bit. I mean, he was okay, but you get a few people get a little bit. Say some nasty stuff from time to time. People just like doing it. I think it's a hobby to some people. I know it's not the same, but I used to work with probation lads up until recently. The program's actually finished. The funding's been cut on it, or it's just come to the end. They are applying for more funding, so hopefully they'll be back. But the probation lads had all been to prison for all sorts of different things. And I got to know them really well. I was teaching them new skills, mainly dry stone walling and fencing, and I had to take your time because they were, before I started with them, they were rushing and doing everything really quick. When I just wanted them to do a good job and take it nice and steady, which was really nice. And they really got there. And I actually got a few of them qualified level 2 dry stone wallers, which now they are classed as professional dry stone wallers. So one morning I was late to them because I'd been robbed. In the middle of the night, someone had broken into my house looking for the car keys. And I lived, at the time, I lived next door to my sister. And they'd gone into her house as well. And they'd gone all through downstairs of the house. Got 2 dogs and never made a sound and never heard anything. They'd gone all through the house looking for the keys. And they'd taken these, but they were actually looking for the keys for my sister's husband's car behind, because he's got like a white Audi, like I forget what model it is, but it was quite a sought after model at the time. Or it still is. He's still got the car. It's a nice car. So they were looking for that because it was parked in front of my house. We share a driveway, got a space each. But they'd taken my keys to my car, so I couldn't get to work. So I walked down and we got on the train, got there, and this is what I'm saying about how people protect you and look out for you like family. So there was about 10 of them, and they were all on the phone, like, right, I'm going to find out who's done it, and we're going to get them. Like, you're never going to find out, and it's fine. But it's quite a nice feeling when people, like, I don't know, you've got people in your corner. So, like, you guys there saying shush, it feels like you've got people in your corner. It's a nice feeling. So we normally have moderators on, so we have 2 moderators, Tornado Chaser and Connor. Tornado Chaser is ruthless. Connor will probably give you a slightly more chance, but no, they don't really let a lot go. I try not to have too many. I'm a bit too trusting, I think, but I know, so I can do it myself if I need to. It's there's one the other day I needed to time out, but no, it is handy to have a moderator every now and again. Also good with questions. You know, like we have some lives what are so busy you can't possibly answer everything. It goes a little bit crazy, so it's nice that they get you. They're there to help out and put your email address in, or answer a few questions here or there, or promote little bits for you. You do a grand job. Connor is there. Look at that. Connor's not very well. We were just talking about you, Connor, saying how you do a grand job of doing the moderating. I hope you're doing okay. It's I hope it's nothing too serious. Oh no. Oh no. Is that man flu? Friend at work's had man flu. He sent me a message saying, Matty, I've got the one thing worse than COVID. Got man flu. I don't know how, but everyone I work with has been really poorly recently. We've had a lot of COVID, we've had a lot of man flu, we've had a lot of all sorts. My daughter's had tonsillitis, my son's got an ear infection at the moment. Everyone around me seems poorly, and I just seem to be holding it off. It was slightly there where I was feeling a bit groggy, and my brain wasn't firing on all cylinders. But then I wasn't ill enough that it warranted me to be off work or not do. It never really fully got hold of me. I was right on the edge, so I've just about got away with it. But I do feel for you, Connor, with the man flu. Definitely need waiting on. I think a couple of beers, a takeaway, and something you want to watch on the TV, like Shawshank Redemption. That's what you need. Yeah, you definitely need. It's definitely time of year. Like you say, it's definitely time of year. And the other thing is with the time of year is, I know the seasons have changed, and like it's going to be cold this week, but the kids have only actually been back at school a few weeks, and you get like freshers flu. You get everyone in that one area together at that time. That spreads germs, dirty germs, and then they bring it home, and then they bring it to work. That's the problem. Blame the kids. Awesome movie, amazing movie. Shawshank that'll make you feel good, I tell you. Takeaway in Shawshank. Definitely love Shawshank. Someone was talking the other day about there's no such thing as perfection, and then someone said, well, have you ever watched Shawshank Redemption? It was on the radio. It was 5 Live, I think. Are you off work with the man flu? $23 thumbs up. I know we've done a couple of Halloween things recently, but I feel like we should do a 24 thumbs up actually. Spoke too soon. I feel like we should do a Halloween special carving. That'd be pretty cool. Anyone got any suggestions? Who's heard of Man's Club? Don't know if you have Man's Club in the States. Yeah, that's the best. You know, when you go to work and you're like, well, I've come in to make the effort, and they send you home because you're rough. You're like, well, I would be here, you know, I'd be here and I'll help and I'll crack on, but you're sending me home. That's the best one. That's guilt free. That's what that is. Ooh, Connor, I had something to say to you. You know, you gave me the buy myself a beer. Well, I did just that, and I tried something new. I bought it was a session IPA from Tiny Rebel, and it was passion fruit, and it was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. Sorry, I got distracted there. Someone's asking me about the Egyptians again. So I'm going to read this in a second. Dickie Bird, wow, what a great name. So I've said this many times on here. Sometimes you'll stumble across, you look down, you look at some names, and some of them make me smile, and Dickie Bird is a good one. Nice. So I will read your message in a minute, Mr. Bird. Yeah, so the Session IPA, Tiny Rebel, I can recommend it. And it was a passion fruity one. I can't remember the name of it. Can't for the life remember the name of it. But no, I thank you for that. Let's have a look here. So, can I actually understand that? Your theories use chemistry and moulds, and they moulded the shapes? Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. It's if only we had some photographic proof. So the pyramids are the statues, I could say. I mean, granite is tough to carve. So yeah, the pyramids. I mean, the way they line up perfectly and they're symmetrical. If you look at a pyramid and you draw, they are so perfect. The way they line up, and there's holes through the centre of them, so when the sun hits midday, it shines for a little hole. They're just incredible. They are just incredible. I like that they did do it, and I think actually when you're forced into a situation, what you can achieve is incredible. I think we've lost an ability of stuff like that now. We've got a lot of modern technology, we've got a lot of computers, and it's taken a lot of way. Some of the stuff built around the world is very, very nice. Yeah, so there you go. I think they did it. I just think they did an incredible job. Obviously, when it was slaves, really. There were the amount of people that died making them. No, I think they did it. I know a lot of people have theories that aliens were involved. If you look around the world, some of the stuff achieved was incredible, with nowhere near the amount of stuff we've got now. And also, so I say this quite regularly, so I take people to show them where I live. We've got some reservoirs, and they're really, really big, and actually quite famous for the balancing. Barnes Wallis Lady Bower, Howden and Derwent reservoirs. At one point, I think Lady Bower was one of the biggest in Europe, I think. Oh, it held the most amount of water. Massive thing. I live right next door to it. And the quality of them, what they have done there is incredible. The quality of the stonework, so all the stuff was cut. The masons would be cutting it all out, and they'd have an apprentice. It'd get on a train line in a local village, get bought up. It'd be swung in place. They had steam cranes swinging them into place. You see the pegs, the joints, the quality of the cuts. They're so perfect. They are incredible, and they have not moved at all, and they won't move. They're just so good. And for the time when they did that, it's now, I think to myself, if we were tasked with that job now, we'd go over budget, would go over time, and the quality wouldn't even be half as good. What some of them boys achieved was incredible, and I like to think they built the pyramids. I just think they were very good at what they did. They were very good at what they did. Yeah, I like to give them the credit for it, really. Probably went off a little bit there because you were asking if they were cast, but I've been asked a lot about the pyramids. Copper and quartz, yeah, very simple. Enjoy your evening, Connor. Enjoy Shawshank. Yeah, thanks for dropping in to say hello. Yeah, we'll get well soon. I'll send you a message. I'm working this weekend. I'm building 60 wicket gates for the Peak District National Park. 60 is a lot. Well, I'm going to try and do 60 anyway. I bought all the timber today, so I'm not sure if I'm carving live this weekend or not. We shall see how things pan out. But yeah, enjoy the rest of the week. Get well soon. Hopefully getting looked after. Sure missed. Nice theory. I think it's going to be one of them things what's always going to be questioned. The pyramids are such a big, grand structure. They're so impressive, and what they did, and all the carvings. And we've lost some kind of ability there. That, I mean, someone told me the other day. Someone literally said to me the other day that they saw oranges in the you know, like the plastic packaging, like a mesh bag, and they thought they grew on the bags on trees. We've lost something. I know somebody who went to the pyramids, a friend of mine, and he said when he got there, he said it just struck him how incredibly impressive they were, and he said he has questioned ever since how mankind made that, humanity made that. He said there's got to be an outside influence on that because it's just so incredible. So incredible. You mentioned the light coming into. Hitting gems well. It's I always liked enjoying learning about the ancient Egyptians at school. It's always one of them what's I enjoyed. It'd take us a long time to do it with just these. Connor's gone a little bit too early. I don't know what we mean. Nope, I don't know what he means. Can't see that. Connor had the power. So is this a career or a hobby? So this used to be a career, and now it's just a hobby. So I'm a peak park ranger in a day. So, and I used to be a stonemason for like 15 years, and now I just do this as a hobby. So the channel name is TheStoneRanger. So it combines them both together. So for 7 years, just over, I was a dry stone waller. Then set up a stonemasonry business, which became ridiculously popular. We just created a monster of shipping stuff around the world that became too popular. We had a choice to stay the same size, go smaller, which is staying the same size and going smaller is really, really difficult thing to achieve. Or just go bigger, and it just wanted to naturally grow. People wanted more. You'd put the prices up or put a waiting list, and people say, oh, I'll wait or I'll pay, which is a lovely problem to have. But when people say they'll wait a year for a carving because you're so busy, they don't actually mean that, because they'll ring you up after 3 months and just say, I just wanted to check in. So yeah, sold up. Now do this as a hobby, couple of nights a week, at least one night a week. I try to do it twice. I do a lot of charity carving work, and then just carve random things like so. Just stuff I want to carve. So this is a little piece I'm doing as a commission. I do a few. Got some charity pieces behind me, and then we'll just randomly carve stuff we want to carve for an hour. I'll just let people watch. So like Ghostbusters or pumpkin. For Halloween, we'll just hang them up. We'll do a Halloween special. We've got a bit of a carving going on here, which is that one there. We've got a Celtic knot, what someone sent me in a drawing from Luxembourg, a subscriber, so we carved that on there. What else have we got? We've got this one we carved the other day for a customer that just wants cleaning. I've got a Ted Lasso carving for the Believe poster. I'm carving this. You can't really see it. I love Ted Lasso. Then I've got a football carving on the floor, which is Nottingham Forest. So it's like the football crest. A little bit, camera's a little bit too close. You'll be able to see it. And then there's a bit of a fish camera's not set up in the best place. I wasn't planning on showing you all them. Yeah, camera's not set up in the best place for it there to show you, but had a little look. Yeah, I don't want the business side. I worked for myself for 15 years. I was self-employed. I was very happy to stop. And people still now say, I can't believe you just stopped doing that. It's like, that's what you did. You built this business. You could have been doing it. And I was like, well, yeah, but don't know. It felt very. I've always gone on gut instinct and what feels right, and it felt very natural. It felt very right for me at the time to stop. And I love my job now, and I love doing this on YouTube. I enjoy doing this on YouTube. I'm hoping to get to 10,000 subscribers. It was a goal set by my daughter, so if I can achieve that, that'll make me very happy. Life's not all about business. So I was saying this on the radio yesterday. So life's got two mountains, or at least two what I know of. There might be more. You've got two mountains. Your first one is what society tells you it is. So it's like fancy job, mortgage, better car, bigger house, keep improving and growing, holidays. It's all them things what we're grown up on. That measures success in life, all them bits. Actually, I don't think that's true. I used to think that was true. It was about all them things. It was about how much the business could generate money at. Like, yes, you pay more tax, but that showed that you were earning more. Your VAT bill was bigger. Your bigger car, bigger vehicles, better vans, more projects. And I did genuinely believe that. I thought it was about money was what measured success. And then one day I kind of just thought, this is not right. A few people spoke to me, so I was influenced a little bit by people, which I was happy for. And I just thought, this is not right. And then I realised that actually the second mountain in life is that when you get to the top of your first one, or you think you're at the top, or you can go around it if you get lucky, that life's actually about being happy and smiling, enjoying the little things, not worrying too much, and helping others. If you can help others, pass things forward, do a little bit to help out. We are very fortunate. I know I'm very fortunate where I live in this world, that I live in a country where we all have a whinge about it. But we live in a country that's very lucky. If we get really stuck, they will step in and help us out. They will help us medically, the NHS. There's a lot going for us. We're not trying to escape this country. We're not at war. We've got a lot of good things going. I just try and now just be grateful, enjoy the small things, and I enjoy my job. I enjoy my family. I don't want the stresses of business and all that. But I do like carving on a Wednesday night with you guys. If you want more subscribers, you can do a I don't know. Maybe I'll have to look into that. So I kind of like the idea of doing that natural organic growth to 10,000. So the 10,000 has only come about because my daughter set me the challenge. So when I first started the channel, she said to me, Dad, I want to start a Twitch account talking about English literature, Greek mythology. That's the stuff she's into, and she's very good at it. But she wasn't brave enough. So she said, if I start one, or you start a YouTube channel, because the people had asked me to do carvings on YouTube for their job I was doing. They like the idea of it on YouTube, and I was like, no, I'm not too bothered. So when my daughter asked me, I said, yeah, okay, I'll do it. It's we'll do it together. So long story short is, I'm 260 odd videos in. It could be more like 300 now. I can't remember the last time I looked. 260 videos in, say, and my daughter has made officially 0 Twitch videos. If they're called videos on Twitch, don't know. So she duped me. She tricked me. Which I don't mind, because I like to do things well. So it's I like that marginal gains kind of thing. So I thought to myself, well, if I'm making one, I'll make another. And I got the bug. And when I really got the bug, after about 10 or 15 videos, the guy sent me a message saying, I have just subscribed to your channel, and I've just restored my daughter's house sign, and I couldn't have done it without your video. And then I've had some lovely messages along the way. I'll tell you one in a second when I finish telling you about this. Some lovely messages, and she sent me the target. Together we set the challenge of getting to 120 subscribers. We thought that sounds respectful. It's 120 is okay. We're all right with that. But I got to 120. She said, actually, Dad, I meant 5,000. So I got to 5,000, and she said, well, if you can get to 5,000, 10 sounds better. And I told her she's not allowed to change it after 10, apart from there is a guy in France who wants me to get to 100,000 subscribers, because he really wants to see me verified as a channel. A really nice guy. He's one of the moderators. He so the challenge is 10,000, and it's just really because my daughter set me the challenge. What have we got here? Hit the magic 30. We're one away from the 30. It'd be nice to hit 30, wouldn't it? So I've rubbed that line off there, unfortunately. So I need to probably mark that back on with a pencil. That's because I've been doing this. So one of the stories I'm going to tell you what keeps me making videos. I really enjoy it, and then you can make up to videos. Oh, got 30. Whoever you are, stick your name in the chat. Let us all give you a thank you, or stick a thumbs up on the screen to say thank you. So get lots of messages, simple messages, just saying like, thanks for helping out. You've really helped me with this, really enjoyed it, looking for some advice, found it, or stumbled across your channel, wanting to have a go. Looked at some of the reviews you've done on chisels, bought myself some, enjoyed it. People send me pictures of stuff they've been getting up to, which is really nice. But then there's a couple what really stand out. There's a couple what really stand out, and one of them, I'll tell you as we're going around here. One of them is, so a gentleman sent me a message. He put his name on it, but I'll not share his name with you. He said, so it started off TheStoneRanger, which is always weird because my actual name is Batty, but people call me TheStoneRanger. So he said, I've been really struggling in a dark place for quite a few years. And I have good times and I have bad times, but it's an ever-going thing with my mental health. And I was watching YouTube the other day, and I stumbled across your channel. You were live carving. I'd sit and watched it for a little bit, and I thought I could have a go at that. I could do that. He said, I thought your down to earth northern approach made me feel like I could achieve this. I could do this. So I subscribed, and you mentioned in your chat about reviewing some chisels. You've got a review for some cheap chisels on the internet. They are. So I went on, looked at them, bought the actual set off eBay. Other marketplaces are available. Had them delivered, went to the garden, got myself a piece of stone out of the garden, and now I've got carving. I soon realised it wasn't as easy as you made it look, but I enjoyed myself. So I kept carving a bit more and a bit more, and over a couple of weeks, I found myself looking forward to having a go at this carving. And he said, one night I was carving for 5 hours, listening to music. He did say about listening to the channel at one point, but listening to music. And he said, in that 5 hours of me carving, I didn't actually think about the negative thoughts in my brain. It was, I had 5 hours of just peace. My brain wasn't feeling low or feeling down, and there wasn't any negativity. And by having that break in the negativity for them 5 hours, it generally felt like my brain had just healed slightly. So I just wanted to reach out and say thank you, because if I hadn't seen you stone carving, I wouldn't have had that respite, and I'm really enjoying my carving. And they sent me some pictures of stuff he's up to since, and it's really nice. So his plans to do some carving this back end of the year as presents for family. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. But I get all sorts of different stories, and that's just one of them really. Some of them really stand out, and I really you can just get little bits of messages on a morning. I can be sat drinking a cup of coffee at the beginning of the day, or when I'm outside with the dogs, and you read them, and it just makes you stop and just think, that's nice, that's nice. It's the power of YouTube and positivity, and I feel like we're all right place, right time. It's a plan for everyone, and that guy just needed to be there. Like, there might be someone tonight who's not felt confident enough to put something in the chat, but they might have stumbled across this and thought, this is for me, this, and I might take something from it, and that's enough. That's made this last couple of hours absolutely worth it. Really need to mark that back up there. So we've got 33 subscribers. It'd be nice if we're getting 33 subscribers. That'd be really nice. We've got 33 thumbs up on the chat. Just looking for my pencil. Could just do with just marking that back up. I've got another pencil here, it's okay. See if we can find a ruler. Got a square. Is it long enough? Yeah. Oh, look at that. My lead just broke. 51 people getting the benefit out of this ace moment. That ace moment is me just breaking the lead on my pencil live on YouTube. Jim's ordered the set. And how have you found them? Have you got them yet, or? So that set, the cheap, there's two sets, well there's 2 or 3 sets I've reviewed, there's some expensive ones. I looked at some myself the other day and they were £80 a chisel. Wow. I didn't buy them. So that set there, the cheapest chisels on the internet, there's a few people selling them, but one in particular for like just under £15, like Jim said. I must have done wonders for that man's business, and I did reach out to him saying, "Is there any chance you can get a discount code for this? Because your sales have gone through the roof." They never replied, and then I thought, well, a discount, then you can't be making much on them anyway, really. But we must have done absolute wonders for their business, because the amount of people that have told me they bought them chisels is out there. It's unbelievable. I'll tell you one thing you can do for me, especially Dickie Bird, seeing as though you've been in for the night. We all know somebody struggle with mental health, whether that's family members, friends, neighbours, ourselves, it could be anybody. If you know somebody who's struggling, this is for everyone, not just Dickie Bird, this is for everyone. If you know somebody who's struggling, this time of year especially, where it's dark nights, you're drawing in, it can be lonely, your brain it's a powerful tool. It's just recommend this channel to them and say, look, just get on there. This guy carves on a Wednesday night. You can just have a chat. You don't have to know anything about stone. You don't even have to want to carve. Just come and join the community, have a chat on a Wednesday night, and if you feel like you want to have a go, have a look on the channel and see the chisels he's recommended. We all know it's great to have a hobby when you suffer with mental health. And you never know, you might just find that it helps out. So if you could do that, that would be amazing. And I work with a lot of charities, so if people are struggling, I'm just doing a project at the moment with a charity called Hike with Mike. I've been raising them some money, and they're a suicide prevention charity, and we've raised quite a bit of money for them. Really great. The guys there are doing some incredible work. So what they will actually do is fund your first 6 hours of therapy free of charge they raise the money, and then with stuff like I'm doing with them, I've been carving this sign and they've auctioned it off for like £500, and they will pay for your first 6 hours of therapy within 24 hours, because the NHS, they're stressed. Them guys are under serious pressure, but they're struggling. They're struggling to keep up with everything. So it's these guys will get your therapy sorted within 24 hours, your first session, and that is the most important time. The NHS can take 6, 8, 12 months. Or if you know a charity what are looking to raise some money and they want, send them my way. I like to do charity work. One day I'm gonna get some pearly gates, and it'd be nice to take a little bit in the bank to say, any chance I can come in. Straighten all these lines. I'm going to remark all these lines when it's off. So a little wobbly there. What have we got here? Oh, it's not long until I finish. Well, I'm glad it's helped. I'm really glad it's helped. It's well, you make sure you've already told me to subscribe. You hit the bell icon, so every time we're on, come and have a chat. So you're not on your own. We're always here. And if you also go to the bio link, go on my Instagram, follow me. If you ever want someone just to send a message to, just have a chat. You're welcome. You're always welcome to just have a chat. Don't ever be on your own. Don't suffer in silence. It's We have got a great community. I'm sure Brian will tell you here. And if there are the other guys who are channel members, all the ones in green, they would all, if they were on here tonight, they'd all say, you're not on your own. You ever want to chat, just shout up. It's we're here to help. And you don't have to be interested in carving. It's just, that's just what I'm doing at the same time as chatting. And if you think I'm going to have a go at this, order a set of them chisels for £13. Get yourself a piece of stone from your local quarry or your garden centre and have a go. You've got to send me some pictures of whatever you achieve. So what's Jim said here? Jim, still, let's have a look. Not arrived yet, unfortunately, but can't wait. Went on a walk around Derbyshire the other day and found a nice stone in an old quarry I'm going to use. Still need a hammer though. Can't find one less than 25 quid and don't want to spend that much in case I don't pick up the hobby. Do you know what? You don't need to. So what I would suggest with a hammer, unless you think, until you decide if you're going to pick it up or not, just get yourself a, let's have a look. There must be one somewhere. No, typical. Just get a claw hammer. You can even buy like a size down claw hammer from like a really cheap shop, like a Poundland or something. They do a really cheap claw hammer. Just buy one of them. They're not as weighty, and just have a go with that. And after a week or so, you think, do you know what? I'm enjoying this. Then you can buy a hammer. Yeah. Did you hear a rock and stone? You did hear a rock and stone. This is us, rock and stone. We are carving this project for a gentleman who's suffered with a bit of a hard time, and his other half, his wife, has helped him through it, and he wanted something making what was a little bit special for her. And what we've done is requested my rock, my love, my life, on stone, because she's the love of his life and she is his rock. And we've done this on a nice piece of 25mm Derbyshire gritstone, polished beautifully to a 500 grade on there. Really, really polished it. The reason I've gone for a 500 because I misread it and actually thought it was a 50. So it's really smooth on top there. So we're putting this board around here, what we're just straightening up at the minute. We'll put the lettering in. We're going to put an oak frame around it so it really stands out. It'll be slight, can't make my mind up whether to have it flush or slightly proud, so it just kind of gives that extra bit of shadow mark to it. Then this is all going to be painted gold, and then we're going to put a seal on it, like a weather seal. There's these slight little flecks of galena in here, which are very nice. And what we're going to do with them, we'll get the seal or make them pop out a little bit, and hopefully those hit the light here and there and flicker, and then it'll go off to his other half, and hopefully she will like it. Yeah, so yeah, you know exactly. Do you know the little dumpy ones, the little claw hammers? Like it's like a travel toolkit. There's even one slightly bigger than that. But give that a try, Jim. It's a cheap way of starting out. I started out with wood chisels and a claw hammer. You don't need anything too fancy. You're having a go. It's if you like it and you love it, then you build up your toolbox and you build up everything you want. It's that's when you start asking for things for Christmas. But no, that's how I'd start. Hopefully your chisels will be here soon. You've got your piece of stone from Derbyshire. Whereabouts in Derbyshire? I'd love to know that. Oh yeah, so Brian's already asked that. Brian's already asked that. Where was the quarry? Yeah, I'm only asking because I want to know if you were near me. So that simple little bit of advice there for you. Oh, no, I don't know a quarry there. I was just wondering if it was around Grindleford, Bamford, the Peak District, the Hope Valley, really. So that little bit of advice there for Jim, and we've been chatting to Dickie Bird on that, and people have been asking about chisels and pyramids and all sorts. And if you've got any more detailed questions you want to ask, because it's a bit of a more of a specialist question about a project you're working on, don't be afraid to send me an email. So my email address is TheStoneRanger08@gmail.com, or you can, there should be a link in the bio. If not, go in the bio, follow me on Instagram under the Stone Ranger, send me a message, and I will definitely answer to you. There's a lot of YouTube channels out there that will charge you money for any advice and questions. Everything here is free of charge, so ask away. So I'm not going to be long now until, well, I'm going to be a couple of minutes. I'm going to go till, well, I'm going to go till 10 past ish. I've got 4 minutes, and then I'm going to go because I've got other stuff to do. I've got to pack up. Truth be told, my wife told me we've got bread and butter pudding when I finish, so I'm not hanging around tonight. It's love bread and butter pudding. So if we could, do you reckon we can get that 36 thumbs up? Bryce done an amazing job of encouraging people for thumbs up. Do you reckon we can get that to 40 by 10 past? That would be amazing if we could. If we could get to 40 thumbs up by 10 past, that would be incredible. Who can hit the thumbs up button for me? And Dickie Bird, I'm going to be back next Wednesday. But if I'm on before, make sure you come and say hello. Jim, you make sure you send some pictures once you've done your first carving. We're not moving off to 36. We're running out of time. Like the Terminator. It's a tall order. It is a very tall order. 4 thumbs up in that time is difficult. Yeah, it's very difficult. Just looking for 4 more thumbs up before I finish. I'm also going to drop a link in the community tab. I've not done it for a little while. Connor sometimes put a link on there. So anybody who wants to become a channel member, you get your name in green. You get discount, early access to discount codes, and it's 99p if you want to become part of the Stone Ranger community and have your name in the chat as a regular in green. So I'll put a link to that in the community page. We're not going to make it to our 40 thumbs up, but I mean 36. We're happy with 36. It's not a record breaker. Record breaker, I think it's like 155 maybe on a live stream. On the actual videos, it's like a couple of thousand. You know what's crazy? We've had nearly 2 million views on the channel now. 2 million. That's a lot. $37. $37. Can we make 40? Who can we get there? Can we get to 40 thumbs up? We've got 37, and all I've got to do is carve this last little bit. I've got to put new lines down each side. But if we can get to 37, just how do I get the letters so perfect? Just it's all about angles. Someone once told me that when I was learning to play pool, it's all about angles, which it is. So it's about holding your chisel at the right angle, being confident, but also the way you hold your chisel, so you have it flat in your hand, thumb on one side, got control at the top. When your hand's down, you should be able to feel the pressure here. But it's loose enough in the middle, so it can move, but you've got control at the same time, if that makes sense. And then you forget about the hammer. So if I'm tapping light, my hand's at the top. If I'm going heavy, it's at the bottom. Forget about the hammer, and you want consistent blows. Holding the chisel at the right angle. So if that's a clock face and that's up like that and that's 12 o'clock, that chisel there running down that groove, that V shape, is possibly 2 o'clock. If that's 3, yeah, it's 2 o'clock. And you different angles as you go through, but the best thing to do, go and watch the videos all about it on the tutorials. I'm going to remake them soon. I'm going to remake some more videos soon. So we're still on 37. It's not happening, but we give it a good go. We aim for 20, so we're not grumbling at 37. Got one more question to ask you all before I go. Oh, 39! Come on, we've got to get one more. One more. One more thumbs up. So, just as we're getting to our one last thumbs up to take it to 40, we can do this. And whoever you are, stick your name in the chat so we know who you are, so we can all give you a thank you. So, some of the YouTubers I watch, when they finish the video, they have like a tagline or something they say like at the end, which maybe we should try and come up with one. You know, like something nice to say at the end when I finish. Like, I don't know, like, what's that film Anchorman where it says "Stay classy"? Do you know we need our own version of that? Like, or if you're a fisherman, so I'm a fisherman, it's a hobby. People say to each other, tight lines, which is nice. We need to think of our own version of that. And it'll be cheesy, because they're all cheesy. And it'll be extremely corny, a bit like this wording that person pointed out earlier for us. We could have just gone to Walmart. So get your thinking caps on, send me a message. Come on, can we get one more thumbs up to make it 40? Then we'll have 40 thumbs up on the live stream. Come on, one more. And then I'm going, because I've got bread and butter pudding. Do you have bread and butter pudding in the States? We should have asked. I've got a winky face from Dickie Bird. So I'm off for a meeting with a company tomorrow to talk about cutting discs, sponsoring the channel. Scary, almost as scary as going on the radio. Let's see what they say. Got to go and meet them in person at their office. We have a few people sending stuff into the channel to promote now, which is really nice. Or I can say it's a tagline. Forget about the hammer. Yeah, and we'll put it on the list. We'll brainstorm this. But let's not commit to anything straight away. Let's brainstorm this. We have plenty of time on our hands to chat about stuff of a Wednesday evening. But that's on there. It's a solid start. We're not going to do it. We're not going to make it to 40, unfortunately. But we're going to have to say we didn't do it. But that would be double. But Brian's really trying to get there. So a little bit more cleaning up to do there. We're looking for 40 thumbs up on the stream. We're just trying to get to our 40th. That's all. We set ourselves a challenge of 20, and we've almost doubled it. So we're just looking for 40 thumbs up on the stream, and then that's it, and then we're done. But it's not looking so great. We're not. All you gotta do is double tap the screen. We're putting a lot on this. Yeah. Oh, we're on 40. Whoever you were, thank you ever so much. It's yeah, thank you. Let's put you a thumbs up on the screen to say thank you. I'm sure Dickie Bird says thank you. I'm sure Brian says thank you. Matty says thank you. Okay, so we're not finished completely, but we're getting there. So we're going to put a frame around it. We're going to just neaten it up in places. We're going to put a frame around it. We're going to paint it gold. And then we'll move on to the next one. Turn the light on. Thank you everyone for watching. I much appreciate it. 40 thumbs up. Amazing. Great chat. Nice to have some new people part of the Stone Ranger channel. Dickie Bird, shout out to you. Thank you, Bri. Get well soon, Connor. See you all soon.